Well, good morning, church. This month, we are going to be looking at the gospel-centered life. I'm going to be using a course that I have largely benefited from. That's 9 weeks. We're going to kind of pin it down to 4 weeks into these, 5 to 7 minute sessions. But I invite you to journey with me through the month of March as we remember the power of the gospel to not only bring us to Christ, but also deepen our relationship with Him throughout our lives. So this morning I'm going to read for you Isaiah 55 and Jeremiah 17. Isaiah 55 verses 6 to 9. Seek the Lord while He may be found. Call on Him while He is near. Let the wicked forsake his way and the evil man his thoughts. Let him turn to the Lord, and He will have mercy on him, and to our God, for He will freely pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. So this passage paints a picture of God's holiness, God's perfection. God is totally different than us. His ways are higher than us. His thoughts are different than us, and He is perfect and holy. Jeremiah 17, 9 to 10 says, "The heart is deceitful above all things and beyond cure. Who can understand it? I, the Lord, search the heart and examine the mind, to reward a man according to his conduct, according to what his deeds deserve." This passage teaches us about our own sinfulness, our brokenness, our flesh, and the fact that our heart is always leading us astray. Our heart is going after the wrong things. The point of the gospel, the good news about Jesus, is to help us to understand this and the bridge between God and us that Jesus provides. I drew these little diagrams. Probably should have had Lily draw it because she's a lot better. But this is time, and then this indicates the moment that we convert to Christianity, convert to Christ. And this is a growing awareness of God's holiness. So that's the first reading, Isaiah 55. God is holy. God is separate. God is different from us. And then the bottom line is a growing awareness of our own sinfulness. And you can see that the cross is getting bigger and bigger in our lives. As we go along in our life and we realize how incredible God is, and yet how needy we are, how much we need Him, the cross just gets bigger and bigger because we see the significance of what Jesus has done, that He has saved us from so deep of a pit, and He has rescued us from so much. But when we get stunted in our Christian life is when we forget these things, when pride gets in the way, when we think of ourselves as something that we're not. Here's the second chart. Time is going through, and there's a growing awareness of God's holiness, and yet it's stunted. The cross sort of stays the same. A growing awareness of our sinfulness, that gets sort of stunted. We start to think that we're pretty great now, and well, thanks Jesus for getting us over the finish line, but we'll take it from here, sort of attitude. And that is why many of us get stuck in the Christian life, and we don't grow, and we don't see the beauty of Christ and the beauty of His grace. God's desire for all of us is that first chart, where the cross just grows and grows and grows, and we see the significance of what Jesus did on Good Friday. So that's my encouragement and my challenge to you this morning. As we go through the next 3 weeks, we are going to look at the subject of believing and faith. We're going to look at the topic of idolatry and the way that our heart chases after false gods. And then we're going to look at conflict and how the gospel teaches us to deal with conflict. So I'm looking forward to these devotions with you. I hope you have a wonderful day. and I'll see you on Sunday.